normally, we've done this the last couple of years, normally we just concentrate on the manga. This year we're going to focus on some of our other graphic novel projects as well. So, but we'll start off with the Panini manga, so if you're all ready, shall we go?
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, we're going to start with our Square Enix titles that we publish here in the UK. So our dating story, I don't know if any of you guys know it, it's a shoujo romance title from Square Enix. We're now up to volume 8, believe it or not. This series is running and running. So the next volume comes out 23rd of June. Boy oh boy, is there a lot happening in this series. I mean, if you've seen it, the setup is you've got a guy who's never had a girlfriend before, and you've got a girl who's had loads of boyfriends. They get together, they teach each other about love and life and romance, but it's not the story you think it is. That's all I can say. It's funny, it's sweet, it's lovely. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, her past boyfriends like haven't been very good to her at all, so it's kind of a learning experience for both of them, I guess, throughout the story of just learning how to be in a relationship that doesn't suck.
Basically, they learn from each other, don't they? Like, he learns about actually being in a relationship and being with a girl, and she learns about, oh, I've got a partner that actually respects me. And it's super cute. So yeah, Our Dating Story Volume 8 is our next volume of that, coming out in 23rd of June. And then we're moving on to Daily Life of Middle-Aged Online Shopper in Another World. So, what a series. Obviously it's an isekai, it's in another world. So you've got a guy who basically gets transported to another world. It's a fantasy world, but he has got the ultimate cheat code that he can access an online shopping site. So he's got virtual Amazon, and he can order whatever he wants. So he's in this virtual world, and if he wants to, he can pull up a JCB. He can pull up instant noodles. He can anything he wants to live the ultimate slow life in a fantasy world, but it gets complicated. It gets very, very complicated for him. So we're up to 5 volumes have been released so far, and we have later this year Volume 6 and Volume 7. Things get pretty interesting in these next 2 volumes because the royal family have noticed Kenichi's, it's the main character, Kenichi, his amazing powers, his sorceress powers, and they decide, yeah, we want a bit of that help. We could use that at the palace.
Yeah, it does seem like all the sort of nobles in the story are like either like incompetent or and everyone seems to need his help constantly.
Definitely, yeah. He's a useful guy, isn't he, to have around. They realise that. So that's a really fun series. As I say, we've got Volume 6 coming out 2nd of June, Volume 7 comes out 4th of August, and then Volume 8, which is the final volume, will be out for October this year. And then, now I know this one is Ella's favourite, so I'm going to let her talk about this one.
Sure, okay. So, this is How I Attended an All Guys Mixer. It's a romance story with 3 main sort of couples. The start of the story is that there's 3 guys and they are all friends and they go to a mixer which they think will be with 3 women. And it is, but all of the women are dressed as men because they work at a bar where they dress like men. And throughout most of the story they do stay dressed as men. Sometimes they look a bit more feminine, but it just...
Now and then, yeah.
But it's just the cutest 3 romances. They're very different, like flavors of romance, I guess, between them all. You've got Suo, who is like this very showy, confident woman. She's really cool. I love her. You've got Kohaku, who's like really sweet, and then in her relationship with oh my god, what's his name? No.
It's gone blank?
I'm on stage, so please bear with me.
Yeah.
But he is like struggling with his sexuality, figuring things out, so that's their little plot line. And then Fuji and Asagi are like very, he's very like golden retriever-y, and that's their vibe. I think it's great.
It's lovely, and they just go. It's a real romantic comedy. It's like it's not too cheeseball. It's got a really good twist to it, and they just go off on all these brilliant adventures and have an amazing time. And there's always all these misunderstandings, and it's just it's a lot of fun. Then we've got 3 more volumes to come this year. Actually, we've got a 4th volume coming out this year as well. So Volume 5 comes out in May, with Volume 6 in July, Volume 7 in September, and then Volume 8 will be out in November as well. And we aim to continue that bi-monthly release schedule into next year. And all of these books, I should say, they're all available on the Panini stand right now, which is at S405. So if you see anything you like, you can head over and pick up some of the early volumes of these series. So next up, we have our new title, which hasn't been released yet. Now this is ready to come out. Volume 1 goes on sale 4th of August. Now, it probably won't surprise you looking at the cover that it's a Magic School manga. So you've got this guy here. In the middle is a teacher, and he's called Mr. Solo, or Solo Pastry, I believe is his full name. Yeah, Mr. Solo, and he's the new teacher at the Orion Magic School. However, he's not actually a teacher. He's actually the famous assassin number 0, the greatest assassin in this world. And he's been sent to the school because the dunce class, Class D, they've discovered and grow up to be 12 terrible, evil wizards and witches that are going to destroy the world. So he needs to destroy them, to smash their eggs before they hatch and become evil wizards. Well, that's the plan at least. But things don't quite go to plan. I've got some preview pages here which you can all have a look at. Here we go. So here he is turning up at the school. Very quick intro. Someone like him should never be a teacher. And here we go, he's introducing himself to the students. This is, Marky is her name? I can't remember what her name is. That's terrible, I've forgotten already. So they're talking about magic. He meets up with the various students. Now she's got the power to transform into this mighty dragon. This is a bit later in the story. And he realizes that he's supposed to be assassinating her. This is his assistant, Ibuki, who's come to help him. And he's supposed to be assassinating her, taking her out, but he's like, no, I can't. I've got to know this student. She's really nice, she's really kind. She's not evil yet. Why am I doing this? And he realizes that he can talk her down and teach her and help her to be the good wizard or good witch, that she wants to be. And then he realizes, here we go, so talking her down, helping her out, and then realizes he can actually not have to kill all these students. Instead, he can be the teacher that inspires them to become amazing wizards and witches in the future and save the kingdom rather than destroy it. It's a really funny little series. The first volume comes out in August, and then we have volume 2 coming out in October, and volume 3 coming out in December. And it's about, I mean, you've started working on...
Only just started.
Only just started on volume 1, but it's, I mean, what's your impression so far?
I think it's going to be great. Like, I'm really enjoying it. It's very funny, it's very heartwarming, it's very sweet. There's like a lot of, I don't really want to spoil it, but there's like moments of comedy that come in out of nowhere, and I just really like the feel of it so far. Yeah.
It's a good one. I really, there's a quote from the artist on the inside front covers, and he basically just says, doesn't matter how old I am, the words magic school always get me excited. And I was like, yeah, no, I get that. That's totally it. Anything set in a magic school, whether it's like, you know, the word switch or whatever, it's like, yes, this is something I want to meet. I mean, you can look at it, if anybody wants like a quick plug for it, you could say it's Mashal meets Assassination Classroom. It's like, if you want to get an idea of the vibe, that's probably the nearest we'd probably go for. But yeah, it's a fun little series, and yeah, go and pick up volume 1 and you will not be disappointed. Next up, we have 100 Times the Charm. Volume 4 has only just been released. This has been a fun series. I've enjoyed this. Like, I'm interested to see where it goes, because it kind of felt like the first 3 volumes were the setup, and it kind of resolved itself. And we kind of thought there'd be 3 volumes, and that'd be it. And now the story's going off in like a whole new direction. So I'm really excited to see how far this goes. If you haven't read it, it's basically about a character that keeps being executed for a crime they didn't commit, and every time they get executed, they're reawoken a few days before and basically have to live through the events again. They try and change their destiny, but they can't. And then on the 100th time, they suddenly reawaken with amazing magic powers, and they find a way to break the loop, and it turns into a whole crazy adventure. But yeah, Volume 4 has just come out, and we should have Volume 5 ready for, I would have thought, end of this year, if not early next year.
October, could you?
Possibly might be available for October. If not for October, we'll definitely have a release date for October, I would have thought.
This is probably, I would say, maybe the series that has the most like intrigue and mystery, would you say?
Oh yeah,
everything?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so next up we have our shonen title, Tiagonia. Female volumes coming out of that. We've got up to volume 4 out already, and we have just released volume 4. Have coming out volume 5 in July, volume 6 in September, and volume 4 in November. I really like Tegonia. It's probably my favourite out of all the manga that we do. But I'm a kind of a sucker for Legend of Zelda, and Teogonia's got the same sort of vibe in terms of the world and the monsters and the things that are going on in there. And it's got a really interesting kind of power system in there. It's a weird series that it starts as an isekai, but it doesn't really need to be an isekai, and it kind of quickly it does such a good job of world building that you forget that that's the sort of series it is, and it just kind of plows its own path and sets up this amazing fantasy kingdom with this really interesting kind of political structure. It goes a little bit Game of Thrones, shall we say, in the way it's kind of like little factions fighting in villages. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough. Please, please, please come over to the Panini stand, have a flick through Volume 1 and see what you think, because it's a fascinating little book.
Yeah, it definitely feels like at this stage, obviously we're sort of building our range, but it feels like there's going to be a book for everyone at this point, like the different genres. So this is our fantasy one, right? Like our main fantasy title.
Yeah, if you like your action fantasy, then this is the place to go. So next up we have our Disney manga. Now, good old Stitch is back with a bit more manga this year. We have Stitch in Time, which is a new series which obviously features Stitch having to travel through time to different areas and trying to stop the evil Dr. Hamsterville.
Incredible name.
who's got an army of Stitch clones which he wants to invade the Earth, and he needs to find different ways to kind of summon them and get them to Earth. The first volume is Stitch in Time in Ancient Egypt, which sees Stitch going back to ancient Egypt, and he has to try and stop Dr. Hamsterville, who's turned the pyramids into squaremids, so he can use them as an antenna to boost a signal into space and summon these Stitch clones. Obviously, as you do. But yeah, this is a really fun little series. Obviously it's a junior all ages series. If you've got kids that like Stitch, this is absolutely perfect for them. If they've picked up the Stitch manga we do so far, or Stitch and the Samurai, this is the place to go next. This will definitely scratch the Stitch itch, shall we say. There we go. So, that was terrible, wasn't it? It really was bad. So Volume 1 is out 2nd of June, with Volume 2 coming out 4th of August. Now this is Renaissance Italy for Volume 2, so he goes back and he meets Leonardo da Vinci. So there's like all sorts of weird automatons and crazy stuff going on. Next up we have Kingdom Hearts. Everybody loves a bit of Kingdom Hearts. I'm very happy that we are doing the Kingdom Hearts manga. It puts such a big smile on my face. So as you guys know, we recently re-released the first Kingdom Hearts manga series in 4 new volumes. So next we have coming up Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. So we have an omnibus edition coming up in September. Now this will be both volumes together in one volume. It's the entire Chain of Memories saga. Like, I could tell you the plot, I could tell you what's in it, but you guys know, what Kingdom Hearts is all about. So, you know, just get excited that it's coming out. You know, it's fantastic. We're going to have some more Kingdom Hearts happening later this year as well. I can't quite talk about that yet. That'll be something for October. So yeah, Chain of Memories will be the next one. And then we have coming out, finally, we're getting to Kingdom Hearts 3, the final 2 volumes. We have Volume 4, which has just gone on sale. We actually have it early release over on the Panini stand if you want to go and grab a copy. And we have Volume 5 coming out 4th of August, and that's the final volume of Kingdom Hearts 3. That's where the whole Keyblade War ends, and who knows what's going to happen next with Kingdom Hearts. Setting up Kingdom Hearts 4, which everyone is desperately trying to find out information about, and hopefully we might find something soon. But yeah, so if you need a Kingdom Hearts fix, the manga is out there, ready and waiting for you. And obviously next year is the 25th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts. We will have a lot more Kingdom Hearts things happening next year. It's no surprise that Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 358 will be bringing the manga back out into print with those, and there'll be some other Kingdom Hearts books coming out next year, which I think are going to make a lot of people very happy. Next up we have Twisted Tales. So I don't know if you guys are aware of Twisted Tales as the novels. They're basically, the Twisted Tale novels, the easiest way to explain it is they're like a Disney version of Marvel What If. They're like a spin on the classic Disney stories, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast. Although having said that, the modern tales, Tangled, Mulan, all these sort of things have had a Twisted Tales novel. And these are manga adaptations of the actual novels themselves. They're slightly different plot-wise. They do kind of, to fit the manga format, they do deviate slightly, so they're not exactly as the novels are. We've released 3 so far, which are 2-volume series. We've had As Old as Time, which obviously is Beauty and the Beast. We've had Once Upon a Dream, which is Cinderella, and Part of Your World, which is this one, which is Little Mermaid. Then this is volume 2 of Part of Your World. That's only just come out. That was a May release for us. It's just fantastic. The artwork in these books are just beautiful. They've found some really, really wonderful teams to work on them, and the adaptations are done so well. I mean, what's your favourite one so far?
The adaptation?
Of the Twisted Tales, yeah.
Probably Part of Your World, because I think Little Mermaid was probably my favourite Disney movie growing up.
Yeah?
I think so. Yeah.
It's very cool. It's really well done, this one as well. It's fantastic. I mean, they're all well done, but this one in particular is I'm a big fan of. And then coming up in Twisted Tales, the next volume we have out is Unbirthday, which is an Alice in Wonderland adaptation. That first volume of that comes out for October. Volume 2 should be out early next year. This one, I really love the way they've embraced the weirdness of Alice in Wonderland. I like the preview pages that we've seen, the art style. They've really gone for something slightly quirky and slightly almost like Tim Burton-esque in places, and it fits the whole weirdness of Alice in Wonderland and the oddness involved. It's a really great, you can see from the cover the style they've gone for. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that one when it comes out. And then next up we have Wings of Starlight. Now, Wings of Starlight, the novels have been a massive success. If you don't know what Wings of Starlight is, it's based on the Pixie Hollow Disney Fairies franchise, which there was lots of animated series and various things. These are kind of YA, slightly older novels that kind of fill in the history of Pixie Hollow and the characters. So Wings of Starlight is a story of the early years of Clarion, who, in the Pixie Hollow animated series, she's the queen, and there's a character called Mallory who turns up, who's a winter fairy. And you could see there was some chemistry between them, shall we say, in the animated series. And so this kind of goes back and explains their past and what happened to them and why they're not allowed to be, not allowed to be together anymore. We've got some preview pages to show you coming up. We've got 2 volumes similar to the Twisted Tales books. We have 2 volumes for Wings of Starlight. It's cross volume 1, and that's the volume 2 cover there. So this is Clarion and Mallory on the cover there. She's a summer fairy, he's a winter fairy. Oh, it's going to be trouble. So here we go. We've got some beautiful preview pages here. Here we go. Here's Clarion enjoying her life in Pixie Hollow, loving the summer, her little bee friends, everything going on. And Clarion will one day be queen, and it'll be her responsibility to look after all of Pixie Hollow and all the animals, everyone in there, all the fairies. And I mean, surprisingly, she's under a lot of pressure for her new job, let's put it that way. When she goes to see the Queen, she can't quite do the magic that she needs to, she can't quite live up to her mum's expectations, and she needs to kind of get it together. But unfortunately, things happen in Pixie Hollow, and things don't quite go to plan. Now here's Mallory here when she first meets him. And there's sparks between them straight away, shall we say. But they need to get together because there is something bad in the kingdom of Pixie Hollow. Creatures called nightmares have been released, which are these ancient spirits that were kind of contained, supposed to be contained years ago, but somehow they've come out again. And together, Clarion and Mallory have to work together, even though they're not really supposed to be together, to find a way to stop the nightmares. And yeah, if you like a bit of fantasy or romantasy kind of fairy style romance, this is going to be right up your street. If you read the novels, you know the score. They just recently announced that Wings of Reverie, the novel, will be coming out, and I believe we will eventually get around to a manga adaptation of that as well. So look out for that next year. But Wings of Starlight Volume 1, which again we've got over at the Panini stand now, is out now. Volume 2 goes on sale 2nd of July. Next up we have Star Wars. We have got so excited by the Star Wars releases we have so far. So this year we've had the adaptation of Jedi Fallen Order. Volumes 1 and 2 are on sale now. You all know Fallen Order. Everyone knows the game. Everybody knows how fantastic it is. We've got a little trailer here if you want to get a little snippet, a little taster of what the manga's like. So yeah, so volumes 1 and 2 are out now. Again, on the Panini stand. If you want to grab some, grab them quick because they are flying out. And a little bit of a sneak peek. There'll be 2 more volumes of Fallen Order in total that'll be coming out early next year. So a little bit of a sneak peek. This is, I don't know if this is the first reveal. This it might be. So this might be a bit of an exclusive. Here's the cover to volume 3. Obviously it's got. Grease and Sarah on the front cover there, and obviously the Mantis in the background there. I think Volume 4 is going to have the Night Sisters on it, but I could be wrong. But yeah, there we go. So there's Volume 3's cover. But yeah, that's a fantastic series, and hopefully, you know, we'll get around to doing Jedi Survivor as well, and whatever the next game is, if there is going to be a next game. But we shall see.
I haven't seen this cover yet. It's stunning.
It's good, isn't it? It's really fantastic. Such a good art team on it. They've done such a good job. I find it really interesting the kind of the path they've, because obviously the game, you know, there's sort of, you can take different paths and go to different planets, and sort of what they've chosen for the path that Cal Kestis takes in the game. It really works. It's a great choice. Now here we go, and then more Star Wars. We have the first volume of the Thrawn saga. Now these are based on the books by Timothy Zahn. Obviously, if you guys know your Star Wars novels, Timothy Zahn wrote the first official Star Wars sequel novels back in the late 80s, Heir to the Empire, I can't remember what the second one's called, and Last Command, but he also wrote a trilogy of Thrawn novels talking about Thrawn's origins. Obviously we've seen Thrawn in Ahsoka, he was in Rebels, he's like he's kind of the big bad of the Empire after the Emperor dies, kind of in that period, kind of post Return of the Jedi. He sort of causes massive problems for the new Republic, shall we say. So yeah, so this first volume covers the first part of the novel and his early years and how he becomes an Imperial officer working his way through Imperial Cadet School, basically. And he's a blue-skinned alien. He is not treated very well by the rest of the officers, but he always gets the upper hand, let's put it that way. He's certainly not the underdog. So next up, away from Star Wars, we have one of our new manga series to announce coming out this year. So Requiem is a series we do as graphic novels. It's by Pat Mills. You guys know Pat Mills, the father of Judge Dredd, has done a million British comics, is just like the god of British comics. It was a vampire series that he did with a French artist called Olivier Ledoux. If you want to go and have a look at the original graphic novel, we have the omnibuses over at the Panini stand. They are beautiful. Olivier's art, every panel is a separate painting, and they're all like put together as a page. They are amazing. But Glenat are now doing an adaptation of the book into manga. It's adapted from Pat's script by a new team. And that first volume will be releasing in, I haven't written it down there, oh no I have done, October, there we go. First volume will be released in October, with the second volume coming out, I would have thought early next year, but it's fantastic. It's a bonkers series. If you like your vampires, you like your weird kind of power structure, it's all set in hell basically, and they're all vampires, and it's absolutely nutty. But yeah, it's one to look out for. I'd highly recommend that. But as I say, if you want to get a taste of it, go to the Panini stand, have a look through the Requiem omnibuses, and you'll see kind of how mental it is. It's a pretty crazy series. And I think that might be, there we go, that's all our manga.